So this is what I would argue we would want to have for optimal learning. We want the person playing having the guitar as they naturally would, looking to a video presentation where it looks like the person is left-handed. So this is what's going to be on the video presentations, noting right now we're going through more theory stuff. Later, we'll go into actually playing the guitar and whatnot. And when we do so, I'm going to basically show it this way, and I'm going to try to angle my fretboard down, at least when we're not working on just kind of holding the fretboard, so that I can line it up on top of the Excel worksheet of the fretboard, which allows us to see a mapping of what we're looking at, the fretboard in Excel also having the low or heavy E string on top, which is another thing we're going to argue for in a future presentation, because again, no one usually does that, which is crazy to me because I think it's just clearly better to do. So if you have this going this way, what I'm looking at going this way on top of the image of the fretboard in Excel, that's going to allow you to pick up skills the fastest, focusing in on whatever you're trying to do. The scales, the song that you're going to play note to note and whatnot. So why it's objectively better aligns with grid-based tools like Excel. So spreadsheets read left to right, top to bottom. So when we line it up to the spreadsheet, which we'll talk more about later, then it just lines up perfectly on top of a spreadsheet. But again, we want to put the low or heavy string on top within the spreadsheet as well. Displaying strings top down matches the natural reading and programming flow in tablature tools like Excel. So obviously we usually read, top down, left to right. So it would be nice to have it in that directionality. Reduces reversal errors. So traditional video presentations often lead to confusion for beginners. Is the top string the highest pitch or the top in the diagram? So notice that when we talk about directionality in music, particularly with the guitar, it gets confusing because when we're looking at directionality in terms of our actual hands on the guitar, if this is the low or heavy string, then we're going to go up, down, left, right. But when we think about pitch, we typically think, of course, pitch going up as the pitch gets higher. And that means the pitch is going up when you're playing the guitar as you're going down to the floor, to the higher, to the skinnier strings, then you're going higher in pitch. So what we really need to do on the guitar is really define our terms for directionality so that we can explain exactly what we're doing. When you're saying you're going up or down, are you talking about pitch going up or down? Are you talking about the actual directionality in terms of how we're holding the guitar going up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor? So that there's nothing we can do to kind of eliminate that problem. That might be, by the way, a reason why they put the tablature in reverse order, because if you eliminate the guitar, if you're looking at like the piano or something like that, it would make sense then to naturally say, I'm going to line up my worksheet to display the music. As pitch goes up, I'm going to have it go up in pitch, right? So it naturally makes sense that way, but tablature is designed to be easy for the guitar. So you would think then it would be better to have it line up to the guitar so it's easier to kind of mirror what is happening on the guitar. So in any case, this reversal is one of the biggest barriers to early visualization and pattern recognition. So you might, if you don't really look at it, if you don't test this out, you might say, it's not a big deal. I could just flip it around in my mind. But seriously, look at the two, look at the two. And even if you're experienced, I think you'll find that you're spending a lot more cognitive energy flipping something around. And you will, if you're doing theory stuff to try to understand the patterns on the fretboard, it takes a lot of cognitive energy already to try to figure out the patterns and try to look at the intervals and try to pick around a song. It's going to, especially for beginners, cause you more frustration to the point of possibly not advancing, stopping, just putting the guitar down. And if you don't limit yourself to looking at one thing at a time and have your goal at one thing at a time.